Mike Bearlack here to talk to you. Well, now that I'm getting my life back on track, I decided to start watching, rewatching the last couple episodes of that show, Prophet, that I love. My man, Jim Prophet. Now, to my surprise, I opened up disc 3 of this series, expecting to find at least, give or take, 7 more episodes to go. Only 2 episodes, one called Security and the last one called Forgiveness. Well, I just watched the episode called Security, and I'm gonna do a little video about it. Oh, I had a good workout. I'm gonna be having more of those going forward. But anyway, so this episode of Prophet opens with my man Jim Prophet, analyzing and comparing human beings and animals, and how human beings think they're safe because they got their technology and their security. They think they're safe. An animal's instinct is never completely secure. I thought that was a good opener, a good opening line for the show. And in this episode, my man Jim meets his female equal in this one. Female equal? I don't think so. I don't think so. She tries to get Jim to open up. She tries to get Jim to open up emotionally. She's staging she's a reporter, but she's staging as a worker at the company because she's trying to get a story, dirt on GNG, the company / family of Jim Prophet. Yeah, but that's it. She tries to get Jim in this episode to open up to her emotionally. No, this world don't want to hear about what a man feels. This world's only interested in men who get things done, see that the bills are paid, and if a problem arises, you damn well better be able to solve it if you want to continue to be considered the man. Yes, sir. The man who feels or lets feelings dictate his life ain't going to be nothing but a pawn in this world. A pawn, and will be used as such. It's indicated in this series that Jim, for 5 years, between the ages of 18 and 23, was on MIA, missing in action. You know, as a child, he grew up, his father forced him to live in a cardboard box with a hole cut out just big enough so he could see the TV. My child abuse situation was not quite as severe, but that house we lived in with under the authority of my male feminist father, did feel like a box. Thank God by law we had to go to school every day. I don't know what the hell. I probably would have grown to become a psychopath if I couldn't get out of that house every day and go to school. But I had a little bit of mental freedom, probably more than my sisters. But my father resented me. That's why I got the worst of the beatings, because he resented me because even as a child, it was apparent that I was smarter than him. But I'm sad to say the chokehold that he has over my sister's mind probably is still going on today. Recently, I told my sister, I says, if you want a relationship with him, that's on you. Don't ask me to be involved. I'll go to his funeral. If he gets established at a homeless shelter or something, whatever, I might go see him once a year on his birthday. Other than that, I'm done. Now back to Jim Prophet. So, Nobody will ever be my hero Jim's equal. Especially not some female. Well, maybe Gail. Maybe his secretary, his assistant, Gail, in the company. She might be the only one that comes close. But then she learned everything from him. In fact, in this episode, Gail impersonates an IRS agent to get to gather intelligence for Jim. The plot thickens. It's raining out. So anyways, Jim has a knack for getting background information on everybody he is involved with. And this woman, who was supposed to be his female equal, is no exception. He gets this information from all these people he gets involved with so he can use their own sinful nature against them. In the heat of one intimate moment with the woman, he informs her that he knows she's really a reporter. Gotcha. And of course, she's got an itch that she needs to scratch. She likes the bad boys. So that doesn't stop her from going at it with them. But he, in the midst of their coupling, he makes her think that he's going to blame the boss for everything and say that, no, we just want to save the company name and just bring down the boss. That's what he gets her believing for now. So he can plan his plan of action to get the best of her. Ms. Reporter. I love this show. So a backstory in this is the boss and his lesbian wife and the step monster who makes the boss fall for him. The actress who plays the lesbian wife, I hope that woman is not a lesbian for real, because she is a good-looking woman. But that's the side story that's going on there that'll lead into the last episode. But there's a point where she shows up at his apartment, Jim Profit's apartment, and she wants to know what's behind the wall in his apartment. Because in that secret room where he sleeps at night, in that cardboard box marked G&G, the family company. Just like the box his psycho daddy raised him in. And she wants to know this. And when I first saw this, I watched it a couple times before I made this video, but when I first saw the episode, as I'm watching it, I'm like, don't you dare, Jim. Don't you dare. And he did not. My hero did not disappoint me. No female is worth opening up to that degree. And that's why she backstabs him, because he won't let her in 100%. He won't let her see the cardboard box that he sleeps in every night. There is the beginning of what will ultimately be a happy ending for the vulnerable married woman, Nora, and the formerly drunk, jealous husband. They kind of rekindle their relationship, and it's always a good thing when a married couple make it work. Even though he did make the vulnerable married woman fall in love with him, I'm glad Jim never did go all the way with that, because a real man doesn't do that. A real man is not interested in another man's woman. That's just a fact of nature. So anyways, after the female version of Jim Profit informs him of that she's going to be writing the story she wants to write, talking about how corrupt the company is and how it's so corrupt that it gives a job like him, gives a job to a man like him, Jim Profit. And then what's funny to me is after that she's expecting some sort of revenge sex, I guess. and Jim just gives her a silent, just looks at her and walks away, and she's like, should I consider that a no? It was, the male sadistic in me loved that. But she's expecting this last little bit of romp there on the right there on the office desk, and he's like, no. And I know what he's thinking because I love the character so much. He's like, no, I got work to do. Yes, sir. And he sure did have work to do. He had to sock it to her. Sock it to the female version of himself. She thought she was good, and she was, but she wasn't as good as my man Jim. Her boss, the guy that she's writing the story for, turns out is a compulsive gambler who earned $37,000 gambling and did not report that as salary to the IRS. But don't worry, my man takes care of takes care of people as long as you don't cross them. That guy got a new cushy new job and more time off, more money and more time off, so he can go to the horse races every day now. And Jim took it upon himself to write the final story that would go in the paper, the final story from Her Boss, a story talking about how G&G is the environmental friendly corporation. So at the end of the story, she looks at him. He's of course he picked off female. How does it feel? How does it feel? And in my head, I'm thinking the closest verbal answer I can come up with. It doesn't feel, lady. It doesn't feel at all. Feelings equals weakness. That's why my man Jim Profit is my hero. He is not burdened with having to feel when making constructive decisions. But she says, how does it feel when you do this kind of thing to people? And of course, Jim is just like, feelings? What's that? Like he doesn't say that, but that's basically what he's saying, in his facial expressions. That's the implication I get anyways. But, no, as I said at the beginning of the video, this world will destroy the man who feels. Feelings are for females. My hero Jim took this biatch. He took her cute little arse down. After, of course, having had a piece of it. So the episode ends with a bit of dialogue that goes in part. We all seek that. I love when the Jim Profit character talks to us, the audience, in the show. He says, in part, he says, we all seek that soulmate, that special someone. Problem is, it's hard to know what they truly want and how far they will go to get it. In the end, it is best to go your own way. Keep in mind, folks, this show is from '95. The concept of go your own way was in its infancy state. Now it's like a common phrase. Yep, go your own way, especially in the what do you call it, the manosphere, or whatever they call it. Yeah, go your own way. Yeah, the hell with these modern biatches. But he goes on to admit, even though there will be times when you need more. And the episode ends with Jim curled up in his box, ready to go to sleep, with the scarf of his latest fling in hand. And this is why, if this show had gone on for a second season, I really would have liked to have seen something develop between the Jim Profit character and the Gale, his assistant's character. But, okay. With that, I just want to end this video and with a message. I heard this somewhere. I think it's worth repeating. We can vote our way into communism. Yeah, we can vote our way into communism, kind of like what happened in 2020. But we will all have to shoot our way out. Mike Perlak. Thank you for your time.